Peace, God. So firstly, I want to give all praise and honor to the most honorable, immortal Grandmaster Chief, Elijah the Christ, for sparkling my mind. I love myself. And a shout out to Carbonation, immortal Solar, for the class that you gave on the 5 sciences. It really inspired me and it really enlightened certain areas in gaining knowledge of self. I love myself. So what I want to talk today about and reflect the message is that in order for us to transcend, in order for us to elevate mentally and come to this thought frequency, which will bring you to the frequency of the Christ conscious, you're going to have to put in work. You're going to have to put in work to gain knowledge of self. The road to the kingdom of God is through these sciences, is by following this knowledge, following carbonation, heeding to the message of the Christ conscious, and applying this to your life. There is 5 sciences: quantum physics, biology, astrology, melanin, and grounding. When studying these sciences, it will give you a certain degree of knowledge. And when you gain a certain degree of knowledge, you're going to have to apply this, and in this you will gain the wisdom in order for you to vibrate to this frequency that will keep you in your higher self. It's a frequency that you frequently have to tap into in order for you to stay in your higher self and have this pure divine thoughts. Nowadays they call it the Holy Spirit. But if you are here in this Babylonian system, when we find ourselves still in the matrix, in the system, it is hard for us to constantly stay in this frequency of thought, is to constantly stay in your higher self because of all the subliminal messaging and all the distractions that is constantly being thrown your way while you are here. So first, what you need to realize when you want to study these sciences is that you're going to have a certain degree of faith and a certain degree of belief, and that will only be granted to you if you have the appropriate astrological programming, and it is allowed for you that your genes will be activated in order for you to receive this message. Not everyone will receive this message. Out of 1,000, there will only be like 10 that will receive this message. And this is God's children. This is the chosen ones. This is the ones that will inherit the kingdom of God. And when I say inherit the kingdom of God, this is a thought frequency. This is a state of mind that will all have to come in. And when you vibrate to this frequency, it's only then you will find yourself in the environment that is conducive to this thought frequency, and it will keep you there in your higher self where you need to be. It's funny that the word frequency relates to the word frequent, because you have to stay in this way of thinking frequently on a regular basis. Throughout the day, you must have these kinds of thoughts. Not be there on a Sunday and then come out again, and go there on a Wednesday and come out again. Or be there when you go to whatever place you pray for and come back and fall into this Babylonian system for a couple of days and come out and go in there again. That is not the way that the Christ conscious move. When you come into the Christ conscious, you will realize and you will acknowledge and you will proclaim the kingdom of God, that you are one, that you are the one, that you are God. And that God divided itself up into trillions of pieces in order for it to experience life subjectively. You mustn't just believe that you are God. You should be able to explain that you are God. And through the sciences, it proves to you that you are God. It proves to you through quantum physics that everything was created through thought. Through the thought of the universe, through the thought of God. Through 3 particles that came together and conjured up light. Light that gives everything life. And through this light, everything was brought into existence. And as it was brought everything into existence, the same things that happened when everything was brought into existence, that is the same things that happen with you when you get conjured up in your womb of your mother, when you get conjured up in the womb of the electron, of the negative, of the feminine energy. So when you come into this existence and you realize that everything is you and you are everything and everything is conjured up through light, and through this light is the sun that gives everything life. Through this light everything is visible. And this is what happens in the mind. When you go to sleep at night, everything is going into darkness. And when you open your eyes the next morning, thought gives your reality light again. And through this, our cells, atoms was conjured up, and through the atoms, cells was conjured up, and through the cells, tissue was conjured up, and through the tissue, organs was conjured up, and through the organs, organisms was conjured up. In all of us that we are living organisms. Through the quantum physics, biology came into play, and through biology, astrology came into play, because now you have a mind that is being zoomed here by the sun. And this sun gets filtered through your astrological programming. Your sun filters your universe into your existence. So you are being streamed here through a constant frequency that you vibrate on. You are an energy being that is constantly streamed here through a frequency that you vibrate on. And it will allow for you to tap into this frequency of the Christ conscious if you are chosen. And when you tap into this frequency of the Christ conscious, it is expected of you to proclaim the kingdom of God. When you proclaim the kingdom of God, you speak the divine knowledge of self. Knowledge of self meaning you have to study self. You have to understand yourself through astrology, through the mechanics of your mind, through the mechanics of your body, which leads you into biology. And through this it will bring you into melanin. That is part of your biological makeup. The amount of melanin in your skin determines so I apologize. So yes, and then when you intertwine these five sciences into each other, it will show you how life was created, and it will show you how life is being not created. It will show you how life is happening, because life is happening continuously. Everything is energy, and energy cannot be created nor can it be destroyed. Energy just is. That is what God is, consciousness. Everything is being constantly thought into existence. And us as human beings, we live here every day, and through the degree of melanin in your skin, it allows and it determines your communication with the universe, which is yourself. Now we, as I stated, we are energy, and life is sex. And sex is a sacred exchange of energy. This is God. God is energy, you are God. Life is sex. Life is a sacred exchange of energy. So constantly we are exchanging energy with each other. And energy should be viewed as such that it is sacred. And we as human beings, we are the vessels that the most high consciousness conjured up, thought out to give it the most realist experience of life. We have consciousness, we have feelings, we have thoughts, we know what is right, what is wrong. Other animals on planet, they just do what their genes program them to do. But we as human beings, we had the choice, and we made the right choice in the beginning to be disobedient to the all, to be disobedient to the laws of Mahat, to the laws of nature. We were disobedient to the most high consciousness, and that is why we are living out our karma. And through living out our karma, we have distanced ourselves from the most high. And beings in the low vibrational thought frequency thought out things that only made the disconnect bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Check, we are all energy beings. And if I can take you to the energy in your house, right? All the appliances in your house that works with energy is plugged into an energy point. It is plugged into a plug in order for the energy to flow freely to all your electrical appliances in the house. Any electrical appliances that is unplugged will not receive the necessary energy in order for it to work. And that is how life works. Life works in a cycle. You have the cycle of life. And the cycle of life is an exchanging of energies. And this energy flows through everything that lives in this earthly plane of existence. Be it the tree, be it the water, be it the rock, be it insect, be it a bird, be it anything that you can think of in this earthly plane of existence, is conjured up through energy. And energy needs to flow through these beings, through these entities, in order for it to complete the cycle of life, in order for it to complete the flow of life. So now, these entities in the low vibrational thought frequencies, they thought up shoes, which is rubber on your feet, they thought up tar, they thought up concrete flooring, they thought up cars. All these things every day keeps us disconnected from the source, because we as humans, our plug-in point is earth. That is why the soles of your feet, it has very less melanin in order for it to allow electricity to flow freely from you into the ground, from the ground into you. And this is necessary for you, for your health, to keep in tune with the circadian rhythm of the universe. When the sun comes up and when the sun comes down, when to eat, when to breathe, when to whatever we need to do. This keeps us in tune with nature when you walk with your bare feet on the ground. And when we live in the matrix, when we live in Babylon, with all the things that the low vibrational thought frequencies, what the lower self has thought into existence and brought into existence, serves for the purpose of its purpose to disconnect us from the all. Disconnect us from the all, we will lose our spirituality, we lose our compassion for the next living being, we lose our compassion for love, we lose our compassion for life. So now when you come into the Christ conscious during the day and you learn everything and you are busy in everything and you are busy in everything, you work up protons, electrical charges inside of your body. And the earth, which is feminine, serves as the electron, which is the negative charge, which pulls through magnetism, pulls the protons out of your body, and your body pulls the electrons out of the earth, and this brings the balance inside of your body. But when you are disconnected from earth, nothing like this happens. So all this excess positive charges stays in your body. And this is why it happens that you get sick, your nervous system clogs up where the blood does not flow freely, the blood's in your cells, the rhythm is out, the vibration is out of your cells. Everything happens that is not conducive to your health. But when you take off your shoes and you walk on the ground freely, and you allow this energy to flow through your body, you will have to do this frequently, you have to do this constantly in order for you to be in connection with the earth, in order for you to be in connection with the oneness. Because as the energy flows from the universe to the stars, to the moon, to the earth, and back through again, you are part of this. But if you are not plugged in this, you are missing out on everything. We are missing out on everything. We are missing out on the information that is going. We are missing out on the knowledge. We are missing out on the divine knowledge of truth. We are missing out on life itself if we are not plugged into the source, which is earth. We should wake up reflections. We should wake up that living in the society is not life. True life is to live in tune with nature. And when I say live in tune with nature, I mean remove ourselves from the society. Not fight anymore to be a part of the society, to be wanted to treat equal. We don't want to be treated, we shouldn't be wanted to be treated equal anymore. It shouldn't be our aim, it shouldn't be our children's aim, we shouldn't instill this in their beliefs still, that they need to work in order for them to be successful. and gain earthly riches. That is old, outdated information. And the time is running out. It is time now that we should teach the children the right thing. Teach them life. Teach them trees is important. Life is important. Clean water is important. Fresh air is important. Your reflections, your brother, your sisters, those are the things that's important. Your own sanity, that is important. Your connection with the oneness, your connection with earth, that is important. Walk bare feet, eat healthy. Move to a climate where you have sufficient sunlight, where you don't need to experience winters, where you have to put on a lot of clothes and block your skin from breathing. Your skin is your first organ of your body, and it picks up all the signals around you. Your skin is like a computer. It picks up everything and sends all the signals into your body. If you block it up with all this clothes, when it is winter, you miss out yet again on everything. This is how the lower self keeps us disconnected from God, to keep us in an environment that is not conducive to us, and to keep us in an artificial environment. It is almost like keeping animals in the zoo. They don't belong there. The same to us. We don't belong here in cities and towns, in apartment blocks and square houses, and driving in cars and having shoes on 365 days a year, never even feeling what it is to put your soles of your feet down on the floor and have the energy flow through you like it should. We should proclaim the kingdom of God. We should speak the knowledge. We should urge our reflections to put in the work. Be brave, have faith, and step out into the unknown. And when I say these things, I say it to myself also. I love myself. Peace. Jai Nazim. Wo Jodwa.